Hi, Gabby. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
How are you, Gabby?
Fine, thank you. And you?
Okay, thank you. Okay, Gabby. So, today we have to start unit 3, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So, okay, perfect. Let's go to the platform, the book, and unit 3. Well, in this unit, what do we have to see? We have to see present perfect versus present perfect continuous. So I don't know if you remember the present perfect. I think we saw in the other book. Yes. Do you remember?
Present perfect. It's like when you add to the sentence, I have do no I have accepted a gift, maybe.
Yeah. Okay. Yes, right. Where we use have as an auxiliary or has for third person, right? For example, could you tell me the difference between simple past and present perfect?
Mm, Simple past. Well, I can say that we don't use this auxiliary like have, has, and simple past is all simple. Like I played, he played, I did, I don't know, I wrote, maybe, I don't know. But in the other case, you have to add this auxiliary. Like I said, I have accepted.
Okay. Well, if we talk about structures or grammatically,
Mhm.
yes, of course, when we talk about simple past, of course, the auxiliary that we will use is did, right?
Mhm.
When we use present perfect, the
Mhm.
structure for this is going to be have or has, right?
Mhm. Mhm.
But in a definition, right, when we talk about definitions, simple past, because many people used to confuse this part. Many people used to say, for example, that this is like, these are like similar or not, right? When we use simple past, we are talking about an action that started in the past and finished in the past, right? For
Mhm.
example, I traveled on Sunday. So it means that I traveled on Sunday, maybe morning, and I
Mhm.
returned Sunday at night, for example. It's because I started in the past and I finished the action in the past, okay? But what is the difference between present perfect? In present perfect, of course, we use these auxiliaries have or has, but the difference is that we start an action in the past, but we don't know when the action is going to finish. Okay, so that is the
Mhm.
difference. We started, for example, I have traveled on Sunday. So what does it mean? That I started my trip on Sunday and I continue traveling. Okay.
Mhm.
maybe, for example, tomorrow, today, I am traveling all these days, okay? So that is the difference. Well, in this case, we are gonna see present perfect continuous. Okay, but well, this we're gonna delete because this is not the topic. We're gonna see the difference between present perfect and present perfect continuous. Okay, so when we talk about present perfect, we are gonna say that first, the auxiliary that we will use is gonna be have or has. In present continuous, present perfect continuous, of course, we are gonna use the same have or maybe has plus been, always been. And as we are using, as we are saying about continuous, we are gonna use the verb with ing, okay? So this is gonna be in the structure for both. But we know the structures for this. If I say a sentence with this grammar, for example, I have done the homework. I have done the homework for 2 days. Of course, we have to remember that when we use present perfect or present perfect continuous for both, talking about time, always we are going to use for or since, right? Yes, we remember this. So, my example here says, I have done the homework for 2 days. In present perfect continuous, if I say, I have been doing the homework for 2 days. So what is, in your opinion, what is the difference between this and this, Gabby? Could you see a difference?
Well, a simple vista. I'm sorry, okay. I don't know how to say this. A simple vista. Yes, it's like in the first sentence, the activity ends or ended. Like she do the homework in that time, in 2 days, but in the second sentence, in the second sentence, the activity is still in progress. I don't know if I'm right.
Okay, yeah, it's okay. But for example, we are saying, or we are using a specific time, 2 days. And here it says 2 days. So now here we go, the explanation. This is different from this. Why? Because in this sentence, we could say, for example, that I have done the homework, it says for 2 days. But the difference with present perfect and continuous is that in present perfect, we don't know, okay, we don't know the exactly time. For example, if I say I have done the homework for 2 days, but I don't know which days were they. For example, maybe Monday, last Monday and Tuesday, or maybe Saturday and Sunday. I don't know the specific time, okay? But when we use, for example, continuous, of course, the action is in progressive. But how we are gonna difference between the time? It says, I have been doing the homework for 2 days. So what does it mean? That since I am doing the tense, okay, for example, right now, today, it's Monday, and today I am saying this action. So I'm gonna rest 2 days, and I'm gonna say, okay, Sunday and Saturday. So I have been doing the homework, coach, for 2 days. So what does it mean? That I started, I know the specific time, okay?
Mhm.
That we know the specific time when we started the action,
Mhm.
right? So if I'm telling right now, today, it means that the action started on Saturday. I started reading Saturday, Sunday, and today, and maybe I'm gonna continue tomorrow, okay? Because this is progressive,
Mhm.
okay?
Mhm.
So that is the difference. That is the difference, the only difference between present perfect and continuous, okay?
Okay.
So until here, do we have some questions?
No, it's fine.
Perfect, perfect. So now let's see specifically the structures. When we talk about affirmative, of course, we say that we have subject, have or has, depends on the subject, plus being, plus verb with ing, and plus a complement, right? So, how is my sentence in negative? Where do I have to put not?
Mm,
After have and has, right? Always, always in the first auxiliary. So, could you tell me an example with negative, Gabby?
mm, um, I have not been playing soccer today.
Okay, very good. Perfect. So, but when we're gonna use perfect or continuous, always we're gonna use for today or since today.
Okay.
So,
For today.
very good.
Mhm.
Excellent. So, if I want to make questions, it's gonna be the same, but we have to use first, right? First, this, that it is the auxiliary, right? At the beginning and after the subject. Great. So if I say to you this question, have you been maybe studying for the test? Maybe, for example, this week. How could you answer?
Yes, I have been, or maybe yes, I have.
Only yes, I
Only.
have. Mhm.
Okay. And in the other way, no, I haven't.
Yes, very good. Perfect. So this is the way, okay? But when we talk, for example, in the difference between present, present perfect, when we want to talk about times for questions, only for questions, and we want to talk about specifically times or for knowing amounts, okay? For present perfect, always we're gonna use, for example, the most common, how much for non-countables, how many for countables, and how many times, okay, for talking about the time, okay? But what happened when we use present perfect continuous? In this case, if we took the same only for questions and we talk about amounts, or maybe, for example, talking about the time, okay, always we're gonna use how long, okay? So how long, hace cuánto, hace cuán, okay? So never I will use how long for present perfect, and never I will use how much for continuous or many times, okay? This is the only thing for differencing these two ones. So we're gonna see some exercises here, okay?
Okay.
So what do we have? Well, okay. First of all, we have this. The line of time of simple or present perfect, where we can see and started that it's here in the past, but we don't know when is or when was the specific time, or maybe we don't know when is it going to finish. Have you found out Jackie's schedule? So what does it mean? That Talia wants to know about the result of Jackie's schedule, right? So we don't know the specific time. What is the difference between present perfect continuous? So we're gonna use about actions that is still happening, right? So we're gonna be focused on the continuous way. So, for example, here in the past, the action could start here in the past, but maybe it's still in progress. For example, she's been sitting in the lounge for about 10 minutes. So it means that she started being here. Maybe, for example, right now it's 7:21. So she started sitting here at 7:11, right? So until now it is 10 minutes and she's gonna continue waiting, okay? Perfect. So here is the part. When we talk about amount, always for present perfect, how much, how many, and how many times. For example, here, we've read 3 books in Professor Robert's class. How could you make a question for this answer, Gabby?
How many books have you read in Professor Robert's class?
Yeah, how?
How many?
How many?
How much?
No, it's okay, how many, because we can count 3 books. Yes,
How many?
okay.
Yes, how many books have you read?
In Professor Robert's class, right? Perfect. And about this second, with present perfect, always we're gonna use how long for expressing maybe time or amounts. So for this, that it is, I have been studying journalism for about 6 months. How could it be the question?
How long how long have you been studying journalism?
Okay, very good. How long have you been studying journalism? Perfect, very good, excellent. So in some cases, there are some verbs, okay? For example, when we use with live, work, study, play, take, or teach with for or since, that they maybe could be, for example, maybe we could use in present perfect or present perfect continuous, but the meaning is going to be the same. Okay, for example, if we use study, Amy has studied journalism since last year. Or Amy has been studying journalism since last year. So both are gonna be the same, okay? Perfect. So now until here, do you have some question, Gabby?
It's the words for and since it only use we only can use that words in present perfect, or we can use that for present perfect continuous too, like in this last
Uh,
example.
yes, we could use for and since we could use with all perfects. So present
Okay.
perfect, present perfect continuous. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
we could use with both. Okay,
Mm-hmm. Okay.
perfect. So now, okay, let's go so with the platform. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So did you take notes about this, Gabby? Or maybe?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Perfect. So I will assign you this third. Okay, perfect. So now it's assigned. So let's start with present perfect or continuous.
Mm. 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 Going to call the building. Oh, I mm. Mm.
Okay. Okay, why? Okay. The third. When are you going to call to the building manager? In this case, yes, it is not progressive because we are saying a specific time, right? 3 times today. So only we received only 3 times, no more, right? Okay, and number 5.
Yes, here
Yes,
I
so,
didn't notice that how many.
okay.
Yes, so try now.
Yes.
You mm, um, mm, long how long mm, I stay in I mm, 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 I just but mm, I let's see. Híjole, pues, mm, 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 Okay. Mhm.
Okay. Only two.
Maybe here. I was. No, yes, I knew it.
Okay, yeah, the first one it's okay because it says I have done a lot of different jobs in my life, but we don't know specifically. And the other, I have, yes, these both are,
Mhm.
are okay with present perfect, but the mistake here is the verb, right? So what is the,
Um,
yes,
here, yes, were, but
word? Yes,
here,
driven.
yes,
Mhm.
yes. Driven. Were. Oh no.
Oh, yeah, instead of N, you put E. Word,
Uh,
word. Yes,
mm,
no N.
yes. Well.
Okay, perfect. So, yes, in this case, well, okay, word. Yes, but after this, maybe do you have some other question about this grammar, Gabby?
No, it's fine.
Okay,
Mhm.
perfect. So now the other grammar that we have,
Mhm.
well, let's go to the third. Okay, let's go to the third grammar because, well, those others embedded questions and participle adjectives are review, right? Do you remember these two grammars?
Yes, I remember.
Yes. Well, today we're gonna do the participle adjectives, okay? So I'm gonna share you a little bit in order to remember you a little bit about this. So, okay. Okay, here. Participle adjectives. So when we have this participle, we have ed and ing endings in the adjectives. Okay, so this we are gonna use, this both we're gonna use when we are gonna describe people, right? But what kind of description? If we use an ed ending, what does it mean? The ed meaning. So it is gonna be that we're gonna talk about feelings, right? How a people feels, but only in that moment, okay? But when we use ing, we talk about the reaction of the person, okay, or
Mhm.
feelings, okay, of the person, but it is not momentaneous. This is for all the time, right? For example, here we have two adjectives, bored and boring. I
Mhm.
could use, if I say, for example, oh, today I am bored. What am I saying? I am saying that I feel bored, but just today. Maybe tomorrow I will be happy, right? So bored with ed is momentaneously, and boring is for always. If I say, you are boring, so what does it mean? That you are always boring, okay? So you never smile. That is boring with ing. That this is not momentaneous and this is forever, okay? That is the difference between the endings in ed and ing, okay? For example, I can say here, I'm not surprised with ed because this is momentaneous and this is only a feeling for that moment, okay? But if I talk about, for example, reactions, I saw Madonna. It was so exciting. So this is like in that moment, and for forever, if I see her, it's gonna be exciting. And of course, because this is an action, okay, that we are describing, that I saw her. So this is an action. I am not talking about Madonna, okay? And so that is the only difference between these two ones. Now, did you remember about these participial adjectives?
Yes.
Perfect. Okay. So let's go now to the platform and let's do the participial adjectives. Okay. Perfect. Very good. Great. Okay, very good. Excellent, Gabby. So about this grammar, do you maybe have some question about this?
Oh, it's fine.
Perfect. Excellent, Gabby. So, well, just for today, we're gonna finish here. And tomorrow
Okay.
we're gonna review a little bit more about embedded question before going to the platform, okay?
Okay.
Perfect, Gabby. So, well, today we're gonna finish here. Okay. Okay, Gabby. So see you tomorrow. Have a nice night and take care a lot. Bye-bye.
Thank you. You too. Take care of that. Bye bye.
Thank you.